Hey again. Okay, so this is Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 1, Episode 10. We're going to start off with Leslie, Amari, and April looking at baby Megan. We're talking about how adorable he is and all the stuff. Then April talks about her mom and, her being raised up with her grandmother. And, she's not really getting that relationship how they get and all the stuff. And she gets emotional with it. And Mama Leslie basically said, if she gets aggressive with it or gets defensive about it and stuff, then she doesn't know how to handle it or doesn't know how to respond to that. Whatever. Morgan and Nia they walk with Candy Cam and they talk about Ray J and Dre, and Nia drops a bomb saying she's pregnant and all this stuff. Oh, well, she thinks she's pregnant, but basically she was, and whatever. And Morgan thinks that she should find time to really tell Dre, aka Soldier Boy, that she is, and get you know even though you don't want to do it over the phone, it's better to do it in person. But he's in Brazil. It's not like you're gonna make a surprise trip over there and fly over there. So Masika and Berg, they in the studio. She singing, sounds a little autotune-ish. My opinion, right? My opinion is just a little autotune-ish. I'm not saying anything else. It's Hazel's old track, and he basically gave it to Masika, and he invited Hazel to his little birthday party or whatever. And Masika said, basically, it doesn't sound like a good idea that she should be there and all this other stuff, but he made Masika his date. Regular birthday party, he comes in with Masika, Hazel's there, Ray's there, T's there, Sante's there, everybody's there, okay? And all white, and then Hazel decided to be the little black widow and tangle things up with her little web of delusion, because that's what the show's making her seem, delusional. Um, Ray realizes his wrongs and wants to apologize and all this other stuff. Hazel realizes that's her song and tries to rap with it. And all Masika can do is laugh. I would laugh too, because Hazel's rhyme is not perfect. Yeah, that's like I said. My mom said if you don't have that nice to say, you don't say it at all. So for that, I'm just gonna say it wasn't perfect. Okay. Um, they everybody, Berg and Masika get into it with Hazel. TL walks into it. Sincere gets into it with T. Ray J decides to want to talk to apologize to T now, but she decided, okay, if you're gonna talk to me, let's not do it in public. Let's do it in private. He is trying to get to Dre and talk to him about her pregnancy, but things don't go so good because he's about to go on stage and stuff. T and Ray J, they go talk. Ray J's trying to apologize, and Tia basically is throwing T at his face and stuff, saying stuff that she heard. Basically, like saying he ain't happy that Princess is doing stuff, and y'all are going into arguments and all this other bullshit. Whatever, right? And he thinks it's Morgan. He most likely he knows it's Morgan, but T ain't saying no names. Masika and Berg all booed up in Masika's apartment. Skirt on that, okay, right? Masika, baby, you know how you sitting there getting all on Hazel and shit? Yeah, Hazel and shit and calling her delusional bitch, and how you say you're his friend. She don't want him. I don't want him. And he don't want you, and I will never fuck him and all this stuff. Yet you became his girlfriend, and yet he beat your ass, right? I ain't gonna say Karma's a bitch, but Karma's a bitch. Even though you don't deserve to get your ass beat, still, Karma's a bitch. But going at people, mm, learn you learned the lesson, girl. You learned the lesson. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, they all booed up and talking about whether she doesn't know whether or not she wants to be with him. I guess they take a little rest. Yeah, she took a rest, alright. Oh hey, you take your rest. You take your rest. April and her mom, they're with Mega for a little bit. Then they go into the kitchen and April basically pours her heart out. And her mom was like, well, there's stuff that I really don't want to talk about right now. And April wants to know why and all this other stuff. I guess they'll talk about it more in the next episode. I don't know. Or she'll talk about it in the reunion. Tia and Mama Sonia, Ray J's mama, talk about the whole Ray J situation. And basically, like, Tia still has feelings because they've been together for 8 or 9 years, right? So if you've been in a relationship that long, you're gonna harbor some feelings. You're gonna be really heartbroken if things don't work out, especially if you think he's the one for you. And Mama Sonia basically dropped some advice. It was like it's hard being with somebody who you love with another woman, seeing him with another woman. So yes, it hurts. It does, and she teared up a little bit, whatever. They had some one-on-one time, whatever. Nia had a little miscarriage, and she's emotional. Dre's not here to really be there with her. And I think in the next episode he tells her anyway. I mean, she tells him anyway. So yeah, Morgan and Ray J, they go at it at a little restaurant or a little lounge, wherever it is, and Morgan basically said, Princess told me everything. And, they throwing petty jabs at each other or whatever. Ray J, see, your mistake is the heifer was your assistant. She's gonna know everything you paid for, what you didn't pay for, what you rented, what you didn't rent, and what. So therefore, you saying shit that you ain't do can either come up on a lie or as a truth. Because Morgan would know. She's been your assistant. She's basically been family. You can't really argue back with her, especially when she knows everything you do, because she's the one either planning it, or doing it. So therefore, you have no win in this case. Okay, all right. And in the next episode, I think, yeah, Nia tells Soldier Boy about the miscarriage and all this other stuff. Biz goes out on a date with Nikki. Hell no. Hell no. Some other stuff I don't remember. I'd seen the clip, but I didn't really pay attention. It's just those really truck, really bitch. It's just those 2 clips that I really paid attention to and other stuff. But that's it. I will be back next Monday for this. And I think January is when Pretty Little Liars come back out. I was thinking about doing Cayman Show, but I'm not really into the show, nor have I watched it, so yeah.